Hello everyone, this side Diksha Ahuja. I hope you all are doing fine and are safe at home. Welcome back to my channel, Economic Zone by Diksha Ahuja. Today I have come up with chapter number 4, Government Budget and the Economy Recapitulation. As I've explained the total unit 4 in 3 parts, 3 videos. So today we are recapitulating the entire unit in one video. So if you want to know the entire chapter in 115 minutes, you can have a look on this video. If you like my videos and it really helped you, do like and subscribe my channel. So let's start up. So students, you are familiar with the content of the chapter that includes the following content. So first is government budget meaning, objectives and components. Then we studied about classification of receipts, revenue and capital receipts, classification of expenditure, revenue and capital expenditure. Then we studied about three types of budget: balanced budget, surplus budget and deficit budget. There are three types of government deficit, that is revenue, fiscal and primary deficit. So let's recapitulate all the points again in this video. So the first thing is government budget definition. So if I ask you, what do you mean by government budget? Government budget is the annual statement of estimated government receipts and expenditure during a fiscal year. Fiscal year means financial year starting from 1st April to 31st March. Okay. Then we need to understand the objectives of government budget. As in the previous video I have explained it in a broader way, here I am summarizing it in a shorter form. So there are five, or there are many more, but here we need to learn five objectives of government budget: redistribution of income and wealth, reallocation of resources, economic stability, economic growth, and managing the state owned enterprises. So let's summarize all one by one. So first is reallocation of resources. So what do you mean by reallocating the resources? Using the resources in a manner to use it in the best possible way. So what the government does for the same? Government can do two things. Firstly, the government can impose high taxes on dangerous and harmful goods to discourage their production. On the other hand, the government can give tax concessions and subsidies for those essential items in the economy. It will benefit the private sector to encourage and to enter into production. On the other hand, if the private sector do not enter into the production due to either less profit or huge investment, then the government should directly participate in the market to reallocate the resources properly. Okay, then second is redistribution of income and wealth. As we know, inequality persists in every economy. So what is the government's role? Government role is to redistribute the income and wealth among rich and poor. So for this, the government uses its taxation and expenditure policy. The government can charge high direct taxes, that is income tax, from rich people, and give the expenditure, utilize this money for the welfare of poor people, giving them better education, health, etc., and giving them necessity items such as food, LPG, etc. So the third objective of government budget is economic stability. What does it mean? It means the government do not want large-scale fluctuations in the prices in the economy, such as inflation or deflation. So the government tried to maintain the economic stability in the times of inflation, that is excess demand or deflation. So how the government does that? Government uses a taxation and expenditure policy. In the case of inflation, what the government do? The government imposes high taxes because the demand is very high in the economy. The government charges high taxes and reduces its expenditure such as subsidies, so that the inflation situation can be wiped out, and the reverse can be done in deflation. The fourth objective of government budget is economic growth. What does it mean? Growth means increase the per capita GDP of the country, and how the government helps to increase economic growth. Budget is the best role which it plays to increase the economic growth in the economy. So how it increases economic growth? By using the funds, resources to the essential sectors such as education sector, health sector, and funds to be allocated on defense, such that in a way to increase economic growth for the country. And lastly, the government also manage state-owned enterprises, that is its own public sector undertakings, and the profit incurred is also taken over by the government. So these are all 5 objectives of government budget. Now we need to understand the components of government budget, that are budget receipts and budget expenditure. What are budget receipts? It refers to the income of the government, the receipts of the government from all the sources during a fiscal year. What is budget expenditure? It refers to the expenditure of the government to all the sources in a fiscal year. So these two are the components of government budget. So further we need to understand there are 2 types of budget receipts, and what kind of receipts are revenue receipts and what kind are capital receipts. We need to recapitulate that. Then which kind is capital expenditure, which kind is revenue expenditure, we need to understand that as well. So let's begin up with the budget receipts. Budget receipts is of 2 types, revenue and capital receipts. So first let us understand revenue receipts. Revenue receipts are those receipts by which there is neither increase in liability nor decreases the asset of the government. There are 2 types of revenue receipts, tax and non-tax. Just think about, सोच के देखो कि जब गवर्नमेंट को टैक्स मिलता है, the direct tax or indirect tax such as income tax as direct tax, indirect taxes like GST. When the government gets these kind of receipts, the government has to sell its asset. No, there is no decrease in asset. On the other hand, there is increase in liability. No, there is no increase in liability. So these kind of receipts in which there is neither increase in liability nor decrease in asset of the government are known as revenue receipts. Non-tax revenue receipts means except taxes. There are so many receipts, such as when you have challan by the government, fees you give for passport, for license, you give like government get gifts and grants from other countries. When the government gives loans, it gets interest. What do you mean by escheat? The last one. Escheat means there is the income earned by the property of the deceased person who is not having any legal hire. जिसका कोई legal hire नहीं है and that person is dead and that person property is under the government now. Now what is capital receipts? Capital receipts are those receipts which either creates a liability, या तो वो liability create करती है or causes reduction in asset. There are so many examples it is being mentioned. Borrowings. Borrowings is a receipt, the government gets the money, right? But at the same time it increases the liability of the government. Recovery of loan. The government has given the loan to state government or union territories. They were debtors to the government, now the loan has recovered, so there's a reduction in asset. Disinvestment is sale of asset, right? Small savings. When we keep savings of the public, it is a liability for the government. Okay, so these 2 are the types of budget receipts. You should learn it properly. Next. So after understanding budget receipts, here's a turn for budget expenditure. Budget expenditure is also of 2 types, revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. So let us understand these 2 with the definition and examples. So revenue expenditure says it neither increases the asset nor reduces the liability of the government. For example, subsidies, interest payment on loans, payment of salaries to government employees. Think about when the government gives subsidies to the poor people or to the farmers, it increases the asset of the government. It reduces the liability of the government. No. Similarly, interest payment on loans, when the government give payments of interest on loans, it neither increases the asset nor reduces the liability of the government. Similarly, payment of salaries to government employees do not increase the asset nor reduces the liability of the government. So these all are revenue expenditure. On the other hand, capital expenditure are those expenditures of the government which either ऐसे expenditures जो कि या तो asset create करते हैं या फिर liability को reduce करते हैं. The examples are as follows. Construction of school mainly. Think about when the government build up a school. It increases the asset of the government. Yes, thereby it is a capital expenditure. Purchase of machinery. When the government purchases machinery, it increases the asset. When the government does the expenditure on machinery, it increases the asset of the government. So it is a capital expenditure. Repayment of loan. When the government has taken a loan sometime and now they have repaid the loan, there is a reduction in liability. ऐसा खर्चा that reduces the liability of the government is capital expenditure. So now let's talk about the types of budget. There are three types of budget: balanced budget, surplus budget, and deficit budget. So balanced budget says that when the government estimated receipts is equal to the government estimated expenditure, जब government की receipts expenditure के equal होंगी. Surplus budget, when the government estimated receipts, जब government की incomes which is coming from all the sources is greater than the estimated expenditure, then it is a case of surplus budget. Deficit budget, when the government estimated receipts are less than the estimated expenditure. It is the actual situation which is prevailing in almost all the developing economies, because government do more expenditure than what receipts it gets. So let's understand the budget deficit in a deeper form. Budgetary deficit is of three types: revenue deficit, fiscal deficit, and primary deficit. So we need to understand all three one by one with the formula and understanding. First is revenue deficit. What do you mean by revenue deficit? When the government is unable to fulfill its basic expenditure. The formula says revenue deficit is equal to revenue expenditure minus revenue receipts. So it says that it shows the inability of the government to fulfill its regular and recurring expenditure. ये inability है government की वो अपना recurring खर्चा भी पूरा नहीं कर पा रहा. So next is second type of deficit is fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficit means the excess of total expenditure over total estimated receipts other than borrowings. So it is the deficit of the government that says कि government की खर्चे is more than government की receipts other than borrowings. Why we are excluding borrowings? We need to understand that. This total estimated expenditure includes revenue expenditure and capital expenditure both. This total estimated receipts include all capital receipts and revenue receipts other than borrowings. Why? Because the amount which we get, the difference, let's say the estimated expenditure is 1 lakh and receipts is 80,000. So this 20,000 we will borrow from some financial institutions, and this will be only the fiscal deficit. So it can be said that the fiscal deficit indicates the borrowing requirement of the government. Primary deficit. What is primary deficit? The initial deficit which we have before paying the interest payments. The formula says primary deficit is equal to fiscal deficit minus interest payments. It means the initial deficit excluding the interest payments. जो interest payment को हटा के actual borrowings हमने beginning of the time की थी, that is primary deficit. So if I say the primary deficit is 0, think about, see the formula above and think when the primary deficit will be 0, when the fiscal deficit and the interest payments are equal. So you can say the amount which we have borrowed is only the amount of interest payment. So it can be said the government is compelled to borrow just because of the interest payments. Otherwise the government has fulfilled its fiscal deficit. The government has repaid its fiscal deficit. Only the interest payment is left to be paid. So this chapter is over here. The total recapitulation is over. Thank you for watching. Keep watching the videos. Bye bye. See ya for today.